The River Medway actually starts life as a spring in Butcher's Wood near the village of Turner's Hill, West Sussex. There are 10 locks on the river, and between Tonbridge and the Thames estuary there are 33 bridges and 1 tunnel. The river from source to the Thames estuary covers 70 miles. Our journey begins as Medway, now a small river and navigable, is at Tonbridge. Passing Tonbridge Castle on the north side of town, she flows under Big Bridge, as it's called, on her way towards Yalding. The entire area around Yalding suffered severe flooding at the early part of 2014. The flooding was exacerbated due to the river's tees and built, joining it just outside Yalding. There are several boatyards here, together with Yalding Lock. From Yalding she flows towards the edge of Wateringbury, a charming little village with its rail station, waterside cafe and boatyards. The river slips under a bridge, passing one of the yards, then along the valley to Teeston. Teeston Bridge was constructed in the 14th or 15th century and is a Grade 1 listed structure. The river continues meandering through the fields to East Farley. East Farley Bridge was built in the 14th century. It's also a Grade 1 listed structure. The Medway flows under the arched bridge on its way to Maidstone. Its lock is also on the Maidstone side of the bridge. Medway slithers through the centre of Maidstone town, the charter for which was granted in 1549. Medway passes under 2 bridges. To the south of the oldest bridge, a water bus service operates. With the Riverside Cafe, restaurant, shopping, it's a popular venue. Allington is our next stop on the river. Allington and its lock are quite modern, although Allington Castle was first built in 1281. It's here that the Medway has dropped to its lowest level. From now on, the river is tidal. Leaving Allington, the river arrives at Aylesford, a quaint little village. The bridge is medieval and a Grade 1 listed structure. It's also closed to traffic. Tommy Steele's film Half a Sixpence was made here. He sang the song on the bridge. River Medway has now reached Cuxton, and where it's now considerably wider. This is where the HS1 rail and modern road bridges span across to Borstal. Rochester Bridge is next in Medway's sights. She narrows here and the tidal current is very strong. The crossing is in fact 3 bridges: road, service and rail. The Romans built the first bridge of wood. The bridge wardens own and manage the bridge as we now know it. From here, and for the only time, the river flows over Medway Tunnel that was built in 1996. Medway now sweeps round to Chatham, passing what was, and still may be, the largest industrial estate in Europe. Now leaving Rochester, the river snakes round to run past Chatham Riverside. Next is the old Chatham Dockyard, which has a 400-year naval history. Upner, both upper and lower, come next. The river, sweeping past the old dockyard, mostly residential at St Mary's Island, then onwards to Hoo Marina. Between Upner and Hoo, most of the Dutch hostilities took place in 1667. She ripples alongside Hoo, past the marina and the boat graveyard. On the left, Kingsnorth Power Station. Kingsnorth has now been decommissioned under EU law. Forever onwards, she passes 2 island forts. On the right, Hoo and Darnet Fort. Almost to the end of Medway the river, she has reached the Isle of Grain. On the right, Sheerness. At Sheerness, the river is guarded by Garrison Point Fort, built in 1872. 3-gun Tower Fort, built in 1850, guards the grain side. Medway the river, now very wide, disgorges into the Thames estuary and is no more.